Hey viewers, welcome to another exciting edition of Past Year Question on Edubbey Dynamic Solution Group. Today we are going to look at Paper 1 Variant 2 for October-November 2019. Yesterday we did the first variant. Alright, if you are ready, I am ready. Question number 1 says, a student is creating a test plan for a validation routine. The input to be tested is an integer between 1 and 10. Tick whether the following are the most appropriate examples of normal data, abnormal data, or extreme data. So when we have 1, is 1 normal data, abnormal data, or extreme data? That's correct. 1 is abnormal data. So 1 is what? Abnormal data. What of 4? 4 is what? Normal data. 10 is extreme data. And 3.2 is what? Abnormal data. Do we understand? All right, question number 2. Think whether the following statement relates to a command line interface, CLI, or a graphical user interface, GUI. You have this interface does not need a pointing device. Where does that stand? That is CLI. This is an example of a WIMP interface. Yes, that's GUI. All right? GUI. The user has to type in instruction. That's CLI. This interface takes up more memory in the computer. That's GUI. All right? So question number 3. Question number 3 says, complete the following sentences using the most appropriate items from the list. This is the list. So we are to complete these questions with any of the answers from what? From this list. So question number 1 says, Dash is an example of system software. So which of these is an example of system software? The answer is what? A linker. That's correct. A what? A linker. That's an example of system software. 2. Dash is an example of an output device that can also act as an what? As an input device. So which of these can act as an input and what? Output device? A what? Thank you. A touch screen. Because you can touch the screen to input data and it will also serve as output while showing you the details of what you have entered inside the system. A touch screen. That's B. C. Dash projects an image inside the headset of the user. Which of these projects an image inside the headset of the user? Yes. This vision enhancement. Vision enhancement. All right. So D now. Dash is a form of encryption of data. Dash is a form of what? Encryption of data. So which of these? A quantum cryptography. Quantum what? Cryptography. That's an example of what? A form of encryption of what? Of data. All right. Question number 4. This diagram shows a smartphone. We can all see the smartphone, right? So the question now says, name 3 input device found on a smartphone. Name what? 3 input device found on a what? Smartphone. 1, we have the buttons. 2, we have the what? The touch screen. And 3, we have what? We have the camera, or you can choose the microphone. They are also what? Input devices. The button, the touch screen, the camera, and the what? And the microphone. B, name 1 storage device which is available in a what? In a smartphone. Which storage device is available on a smartphone? We have the flash memory card reader. Flash memory card reader. C, name 2 output device found in a smartphone. 2 output device found in a smartphone. We have the what? The speaker. And we have the what? The touch screen. Now we said earlier on that touch screen can serve as both input and what? An output device. But if you don't want to put touch screen, you can put the LED bulb. Is an what? Is an output device. Question number 5. People are buying laptop computers rather than desktop computers. Give 4 advantages of using what? A laptop computer rather than a desktop computer. 4 advantages of what? Using laptop computers. 1, a laptop is more portable. A what? A laptop is more portable. 2, lower power consumption. Lower what? Power. Lower power consumption. 3, uses battery power, so can be used in more places. Uses what? Battery power. 'So can be used in more places. 4, the footprint of the laptop tends to be smaller. The footprint of what? Of the laptop tends to be smaller. All right, so these are 4 advantages of what? Of using a laptop over what? Over a desktop computer. Do we understand? All right. Moving on now to question number 6. The computer technician at Tawara School is planning to set up 10 new computers to be placed in the staff room to form a network. The network will not be connected to the internet Assume the school currently has no hardware or software for this network. A. State the steps that the technician would need to take to set up this network. So all the technician needs to do is to what? To purchase the hardware, After purchasing the hardware, need to purchase or download the software. Either you purchase or what? Download the software. Then set up the hardware. After that, configure all the hardware. Configure all the hardware. Then load the software onto the computers. Load the what? The software onto the computers. After that, you set up the users. All right? So you are asked to mention 4 steps, but I've given you up to 5 here. All right? Let's move on. The next question says, the teachers have asked the head teacher if they can access the what? If they can access the internet. The computer technician will need to what? To attach a router to the network. Explain how a router works. How does a router works? 1. A router receives or sends data packets. A router what? A router receives and sends data packets. 2. Router inspects the data packets received. Router what? Inspects the data packets received. After that, checks the destination IP address. Checks the what? The destination IP address. And you are asked to state 3. So let's leave it at this 3. Okay? Other things that you can have there is check the IP address using the stored routing table. Uses the IP address to work out the best or quickest routes. All those are how a router works. C. The school plans to connect some teachers' laptops to this new network using Wi-Fi. Describe in detail how data is transmitted from the laptops to the what? To the new networks. All right? So you know that the laptops transmit data by radio waves, right? Laptop transmits data by radio waves. Yesterday when we were discussing similarities between Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, we said that both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth use radio Wi-Fis as what? As their communications. So when these laptops are connected to the Wi-Fi, then the laptops need to transmit what? Data by radio waves to a wireless what? To a wireless transmitter. That's why we call them Wi-Fi. No, Wi-Fi doesn't have wire. Two, the wireless access point. The what? The wireless access point converts these radio waves into data. All right? The wireless access point converts these radio waves to what? To data and passes it to the switch. Afterwards, data transmitted to the destination computer. Afterwards, data is transmitted to the what? To the destination computer. All right? Let's add one more. Explanation of obtaining an IP address from the network. Of what? Of obtaining IP address from the network. All right? So, this is a detailed process of how data is transmitted from the laptops to the what? To the new networks. All right, let's move on to number 7. Question 7 says, this A, B, C. Describe the steps required to transform shape A into shape B. To transform this to this, all you need to do is what? Rotate the shape 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Rotate the what? Rotate the shape 90 degrees anti-clockwise. All right. Then you resize the shape or you reduce it. Resize the shape. All right. And that's all you need to do. We rotate this 90 degrees anti-clockwise. That means instead of the clock going like this, you are rotating like this. It is going up like this. So it will get up like this when it gets to 90 degrees. Then the other thing you do is to what? To resize the shape. This is smaller than this. B. Describe the steps required to transform A into shape A into shape C. That is to transform this into this. All you need to do is what? All you need to do is to crop the image. You what? You crop the image. And then you fill the image black. You what? Fill the image black. Since you fill with color black, and you have exactly what we have in what? In C. Crop the image, fill in the image black. Then you have shape A turning to C. So number 8 now says, files can be saved in a generic file format. Explain why generic file formats are needed. Why do we need generic file formats? 1. Allows file to be opened in other software. Allow files to be open what? In other software. 2. To create a standard so that other software can understand. To what? To create a standard so that other software can understand. All right? So that's why files are saved in what? Generic format. Do we understand? Okay, let's go to 8b. 8b says, complete the following sentences using the most appropriate file format from the list below. So you have these lists: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we are to complete these 4 using those 10. All right? So 1 is a style sheet used in the creation of what? Web pages. What is that? Thank you. That is dot CSS. All right? 2, Roman numeral 2 says dash is a generic archive file format. A generic what? Archive file format. Which one of these is the answer? Good. It is RAR. Points RAR. All right. Roman numeral 3 is a generic file format that stores still and moving images. We did this one also, something related to it yesterday. Good is point GIF. That's when you can have still and moving what? Moving images. Then Roman numeral 4, dash takes data in the form of tables and save it as what? As text. What's the answer to that? Correct. CSV. Point CSV. Do you know why we are putting points there? Yes, because at the end of each document, it's what connotes which file format you have saved the document, just like .doc. Number 9, the director of a small airport has asked his airport manager to look into the punctuality of departures. The manager obtained details of some of the departures on one day. He has created a spreadsheet which contains both the airport data and the times of departure. Part of the spreadsheet is shown. This part of the spreadsheet, A to F, airport code name, then scheduled departure time, actual time of departure, minutes late, airport code, destination, late or on time. So A says, write a formula that will be entered in cell F11. Where is cell F11? This is F, this is 11 here. To display the letter L, if the value in C11 is greater than O, or the letter OT if it is not. So which formula are we going to use? We are going to use if. Let me drag it somewhere you'll be able to see what I'm writing. Good. If, then we open bracket. We do what? Open bracket. C11 greater than 0, comma, then you have apostrophe. Okay, apostrophe L. Then you close the apostrophe, comma, another apostrophe, OT. Then you close it. We now close the bracket. All right, this is the formula we are going to use. If you write this formula like this, you are going to get your 3 marks. If you write if, that is 1 mark. C11 greater than 0, this is another 1 mark, making how many marks? 2 marks. Then this from here to here is another 1 mark, making what? Your full 3 marks. B, write a formula without using named ranges that will be entered in cell E11. The formula must be easy to replicate. It should display the name of the airport using the airport code from cell D11 and the list of what? Airport names. Which formula are we going to use for that? We are going to use count if. You know it's going to be in capital letter, right? All right, count if. Open brackets. F11. Double colon. So the formula will be VLOOKUP. 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 Open brackets. D11. Comma. A. The dollar sign. 2. Double colon. The B. Dollar sign. 8. Comma. 2. Comma. False. Then you what? You close the bracket. That's going to be a formula here. If you write it like this, you get your complete 6 marks. Then we go to C now. C says the airport. The what? Airport. The airport manager is producing a report of his findings to present to the director. The data will change from day to day. Before he can produce the findings, he needs to enter a formula in cell F19 to count the number of late departures from the airport. Write the formula without using a name range to be entered in cell F19. So the formula is going to be count if, open brackets, F11, double colon, F17, comma, then your apostrophe L. Then you close the bracket. If you have it like this, you are going to have your full 3 marks. D. Name the most appropriate type of chart or graph it could produce to show the proportion of late departures and those that leave on time. All right? So which chart or graph can you use? The most convenient one will be what? Pie chart. Pie what? Pie chart. All right, question number 10. A company is purchasing a new printer. A choice has to be made between using a laser printer or a dot matrix printer. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of using dot matrix printers rather than laser printers. So let's look at the advantages first. One of the advantages is that a dot matrix printer can be used in harsh conditions. A what? A dot matrix printer can be used in harsh condition. All right, that's one. Two, I'm going to give you 3 since you have 6 marks. Two, a dot matrix uses multiple stationery. A what? A dot matrix printer uses what? Multi-part stationery. Multi-what? Multi-part stationery. Therefore, carbon copies can be made as it prints. Therefore, carbon copies can be made as it prints. Three, can use continuous stationery. Can use what? Continuous stationery. And what does that mean? Therefore, less chance of the paper running out during a print job. Therefore, less chance of the paper running out during a print job. All right. So let's look at the disadvantages now. We have 3 advantages. Let's look at 3 disadvantages too. Number 1 is disadvantages. Number 1, printer ribbon is more expensive than toner. Printer what? Printer ribbon is more expensive than toner. Two, printing is slower using a duct matrix. Printing is slower using what? A duct matrix. Number 3, print quality is lower than a laser printer. Print what? Quality is lower than a laser printer. All right, these are the what? These are the disadvantages. All right. Question 11 says, microprocessor control devices in the home have had positive effects on people's lifestyles. One of the advantages of using these devices is that we can now set a cooker to switch on while we are out so that we arrive home to a cooked meal. A. Apart from the use of cookers, describe the advantages of using microprocessor control devices in the home. Let's start from the advantages. Number 1 advantage of using microprocessor at home is that people no longer have to do what? Manual task at home. People no longer have to do manual task at home. 2, reduces injuries by using microprocessor controlled lights outside. Reduces what? Injury by using microprocessor controlled lights outside. All right. Another advantage is that air conditioning can be set remotely. Air what? Air conditioning. Air conditioning can be set remotely. Four, saves fuel as the air conditioning is not on all day. Saves what? Fuel as the air conditioning is not on all day. All right. 5, since our answer is 6, we should be able to get up to 6. All right. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5 now. Number 5. No need to stay at home while washing is carried out. No need to stay at home while washing is carried out. Number 6. Smart fridges can be used to improve health lifestyle. Smart fridges. Smart fridges can be used. Smart fridges can be used to improve healthy lifestyle. All right. So these are the what? Advantages of using microprocessor controlled devices at home. Let's go to 11B. It says some home devices can be controlled remotely when away from home. These home devices need to be connected to the internet. Describe the disadvantages of connecting home devices to the internet. 1 is what? Is security problem. Security problem of others gaining access to devices like burglar alarms. Security problems of others getting access to devices like burglar alarm. So when people have access, when they gain access your burglary alarm or your security cameras, then they might be able to penetrate inside your house. 2, more expensive than manual system to purchase. More expensive than manual system to purchase or repair. 3, if the controller is not powered up, the system may not operate. If the what? If the controller is not powered up, then system may not operate. 4. The lack of privacy of the data being sent to and from the device. The lack of privacy of the data being sent to and from the device. An hacker can just gain access to the device and gain your what? Your confidential information. Devices can be taken over and malware installed. Devices can be taken over and malware installed. Number 6 now. If the controller is out of range, then the device cannot be operated. If the what? If the controller is out of range, then the device cannot be operated. So all these are what? Disadvantages of connecting home devices to the internet. Others are, if you lose the controller, then this can cause problem in the home and cannot operate the system. Interface with the signal can stop the device, like walls or bad weather can cause interference with the what? With the signal. If is in a smart fridge, online shopping lists are created automatically. This may have to be overwritten as it will order anything removed from the fridge, whether it is needed or not. Whether it's needed or not. Let's go to question number 12. Question 12 says, a sports club is planning a new computerized recording system to replace their manual system. A systems analyst recommends that new software is required. The analyst could either write the software or purchase it off the shelf. Give 2 advantages to the sports club of the analyst writing the software. 2 advantages of the analyst writing the what? The software. Less functions. Less what? Functions in the software. Making it easier to use. And 2, can be changed when the sports clubs need it changing. Can what? Can be changed when the sport club needs it changing. All right. So these are the what? Two advantages of the system analyst writing the code instead of buying it what? Off the shelf. All right. B now. Explain why it is better to use a computer to store the records than the manual system. Explain why it is better to use what? To use a computer to store the records. So you have 6 marks. That means we should have at least 6. 1. Faster to search for a record. Faster to what? Faster to search for a record. 2. Faster to retrieve records. Faster to receive record. 3. Data can easily be used in other applications. 4. Several people can use the data at the same time. 5. Cheaper to store data as there is less paper used. Cheaper. Cheaper to what? To store data as there is less paper used. Number 6. Example mail merge to send out reminders. Example what? Mail merge. To send out reminders. All right. We have 6 now. Let me just add one more for you. All right. Let me add one more. Faster to delete. Faster to delete. Add or edit data. All right. So all these are what? They are the benefits of using computer to store records than storing them manually. C. The system analyst recommends that the system is implemented using direct changeover, but the sports club feel that parallel running should be used. Describe direct changeover and parallel running, giving a different benefit and drawback of using each method of implementation. So when we say direct changeover, in direct changeover, the old system is stopped overnight and the new system is started immediately. The what? The old system is stopped overnight and the new system is started immediately. So what will be the benefits of this direct changeover when they decide to abandon the old system and start using the what? The new system? The benefits will be what? Costs are reduced as there is only one set of staff. Costs are what? Costs are reduced as there is only one set of staff. All right? This will be the what? This will be the benefit. This will be the benefit. And for the drawback is going to be if the new system fails, there is no system to fall back to. That is, no backup plan. If what? If the new system fails, there is no system to fall back on. Or no backup. All right? That's the what? That's the drawback or the disadvantages. Now, when we consider parallel running is a situation where the old system and the new system they work side by side until the new system takes over. The what? The old system and the new system work side by side until the new system takes over. So what's the advantages of this? What's the benefits? What's the benefits of this parallel running? That is both working at the same time until the new system is able to implement itself. The advantage is the old system can be used as backup. The what? The old system can be used as backup since you have it working side by side. Why the drawback or the disadvantage is that more costly as there are two sets of what? Two sets of staffs. More costly as there are two sets of staffs. Two sets of staff. All right. Question 13 now. Many companies that make microprocessors use robots to carry out the task rather than using humans. Give 3 advantages of using robots to carry out the what? The tasks. Robots are more consistent. They are what? More consistent. 2, they can work 24/7. They can what? They can work 24/7. All right. Another advantage is that productivity is higher. They don't get tired, they don't sleep, they don't rest. Unlike humans, we need to sleep and rest. But robots, they don't sleep or rest. So that's why productivity is what? Is higher. They keep working. Just like your clock, it keeps working until the battery runs down. B, give 3 disadvantages of using robots to carry out this task. One is they are expensive to maintain. Expensive to maintain. 2, expensive to purchase. Expensive to what? To purchase. And 3, replace labor leads to what? Leads to unemployment. See, those that will be lay off at work, they become unemployed. Replaced labor leads to unemployment. All right. So these are the disadvantages. Question number 14 says, the internet is not controlled by any one single country. The internet is a very good communication system, but it can also be seen as a security problem. Discuss the benefits and drawbacks of policing the internet. Since we have 8, we must be able to have at least 4 for the advantages and the what? And the disadvantages. One, prevents, these are the advantages now. We are starting with the what? It prevents illegal material being posted. It what? It prevents illegal materials being posted. 2, darknet will be banned. Do you know darknet? Had that term when I was still younger. Darknet will be what? Will be banned. 3, safeguards the vulnerable. Safeguards what? The vulnerable. Let me give you one more. Ensure copyright laws are enforced. Ensure copyright laws are enforced. Should I give you one more or I should go to the disadvantages? Okay. Helps to prevent discussion group that incite hatred. Helps to what? Helps to prevent discussion groups that incite hatred. Racism, etc. Alright, so these are the what? These are the advantages of policing the internet. Now let's look at the disadvantages or the drawbacks. What are the disadvantages or the drawbacks that we have? One, it will be very expensive to police. Very expensive to police. Two, laws already exist in different parts of the world to police the internet in that country. Laws what? Laws already exist in different parts of the world and countries on how to safeguard the internet. All right. Three, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is restricted. Four, it will be very difficult to police data being sent from one country to another. It will be very difficult to police data being sent from one country to another. All right. I have one, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have one more so that we'll make it 5. But all the answers you have to provide here is just 8. Okay? Material found on the internet can be found everywhere. Materials found on the internet might be found can be found elsewhere. All right? So these are the what? Disadvantages of policing the internet. All right? So with that, we've come to the end of today's past year question review. If you have enjoyed our class, do well to subscribe to our YouTube page. Share with your friends who might also benefit from this, and drop your comments on whatever you want us to discuss or treat. Till I come your way again next time, I say do enjoy your study time. Bye.